So the stress release and relaxation and peace. Check it. Who gives us stress? The mind sees the world outside. Where the stress happens, inside, me in the mind. That is why, that is the reason why great masters declare that this world is an illusion. But we have a wrong notion. What is that wrong notion? No, you don't change, that's why I don't change. My focus remains outside on the people, place, possession, event, time. So the movement of the mind outside and claiming it is real is an illusion. The person is not an illusion. So that, if we do not understand it clearly, it creates further wrong notions and we are caught in the web of problems and the worries. I had a friend in Barcelona, so when I went to Barcelona last year, she didn't tell me, but she was experiencing a tremendous stress at home and at place. So last week she wrote to me, I want to divorce. Yesterday I have one online session without charging any fee from her. And now I'm invoking another principle. What is that principle? I have talked it in detail, but let me expand it. I marry, I am unhappy. I divorce, I'm unhappy. These are the pairs of opposites. This world offers only pairs of opposites. I have to keep my mind behind these pairs of opposites. The moment we enter into the world, we encounter the pairs of opposites and the mind considers these pairs of opposites as real, and then we have a problem. This is an illusion. What are those pairs of opposites? Starting from heat and cold, likes and dislikes, pain and pleasure, agreement and disagreement, blame, complaint, hatred, and opposite, love, affection, sickness and health. This is what the world is perceived by the mind from the birth. Opposite. I like you because, I dislike you because. And even when we like someone through this mind, there are some dislikes always present. You cannot get rid of them. When you say, I love you, honey, there is something behind us. something behind at my mind. This is the world we have to leave. And that is the real journey of meditation or mindfulness. What we do, we continue to live in these pairs of opposite. We continue to ask mind to accept the pairs of opposites, and then we hope, we believe, as if we will evolve. There is no evolution. What Buddha said, beyond the pairs of opposites, he didn't say love, he said compassion. These masters were very much sensitive to the words they use. Other masters said, what happens? Bring an end to the suffering. Then what happens? Ananda. So other master uses ananda. No, is it happiness? No, it is not that happiness which is opposite of sorrow. It is that happiness which is behind the pairs of opposites of sorrow and happiness. My friends, we need to contemplate and reflect. I brought this beautiful women from Barcelona into our discussions. So I told her, first thing first. I don't want your mind should live in the pairs of opposite. First you discover inner peace, then do whatever you want to do. You want to divorce, express peace and happiness in divorce. You want to remarry, express peace and happiness in remarriage. What is going to happen? That you remain untouched. Again, I am saying, this is a very vital principle. It takes little more time to understand. And if we claim that we have understood, then we don't live in those dualities, in those pairs of opposites. When we don't live in those pairs of opposites, then what happens? Then the mind is transparent. What happens when the mind is transparent? The self, my true nature, is reflected in the mind. It has stopped blame, complaint, reaction, all the pairs of opposites. And you start living into that from this moment, if you claim you have understood. But claim is too far from the reality. We need to work, not only contemplate and reflect, but we need to practice it regularly. One example more and then we will do the practice. There was a time when Buddha realized that nobody is listening to him. Where was the first path? Right knowledge, right perception, right view of the world. That is the first of the eightfold noble path. So these masters find sometimes very funny things and sometimes very serious things. Because their main goal is to change, to help people evolve. So he found the most interesting, challenging. I want nirvana. So Buddha said, go to the cremation ground, sit there for 6 months, watch what happens to your mind. See that, what happens to your mind. You already know. In India, we burn the bodies. Mother came to put the fire into 5-year-old son. And the mind said, he was so young. 90 years old, Bush, recently. He lived his life well. Pairs of opposites see that death is the same. Death is common. The mind experiences the pairs of opposite, of birth and the death. So when Buddha found that those students have reached to a state where the mind is not affected by the pairs of opposites, he said, now it's a matter of couple of weeks to learn meditation and awaken to the true nature. Can we start from today? The moment we get out of this meditation, the moment the mind brings the pairs of opposite, you are very good. The bad is already hidden in the mind. What is mindfulness? Going beyond both good and bad. Our mind expresses the same. We may be very kind and love each other, and still, the moment you say, oh, you are very good, check your mind. You have already excluded others not as good as me. So who is responsible? My mind. Why? The mind is living in ignorance. I'm just invoked this principle. So why we practice mindfulness? To help evolve the mind. The mind can stay in equanimity, in the state of the calmness, without being influenced by these pairs of opposites. What's going to happen? I will change. What is going to happen? When I change, my surrounding has to change. There is no other option. And this is what I say, work on the mind. Instead, the mind should work on you. Let us make this journey today intensive. Eyes are closed, you are comfortable. So today we will focus on the transparent mind. Eyes are closed, you are comfortable. Just check you are comfortable. Now you will instantly understand. The moment I say you are comfortable, the mind is rejecting unease and discomfort. You see, this is what happens in our day-to-day activities at the habitual and the unconscious and the subconscious level. Once we become aware of it, the masters declare we can change the life. It is very easy in that context. So now you can understand another way why I say to be comfortable. I ask the mind first move towards the opposite of the discomfort. Look at the neck joint, feel the sensation, being comfortable, and steadiness. You see that? We are ready to take over the mind. How? I added another experience, the steadiness that prevents the mind to move out, to run after the pairs of opposites. It has to do it. It does it. We teachers also do it, but we are not affected. Look at the shoulder joints, being comfortable, sensation, and steadiness. I'll explain why I stress on the sensation later. Hip joint, feel the sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. Knee joints, ankles, toes, all the major joints. The mind can instantly feel the sensation, can become aware and experience that sensation is comfortable. Follows steadiness. If that happens, then mind is holding back, expressing the pairs of opposites of which it is habituated. Teacher works totally in a different dimension, but they use the same language. So here, today's journey is to make the mind transparent. What it means? I'm sitting in front of the mirror. The moment I leave it, what happens? Mirror does not create any impression of me. That is what the mind should be. Means what? It is not influenced by pairs of opposites. That mind reflects the self. Can it happen in a day? Oh yes, if you are a seeker. But we have to use different tools. First tool, to purify the mind, to raise our energy from the lower to the higher. Look at the pointed awareness. First point of awareness, you are comfortable. Looking inside the forehead in the space. Second point of awareness, become aware of the rib cage. The third point of awareness, and start breathing. Quick, short breath from the rib cage for about a minute. And stop it and experience. The mind still carries those pairs of opposites. Oh, how long I have to do it? Let me stop. I was not doing, now I am doing. See the pairs of opposites. This experience of pairs of opposite is ignorance, is illusion. Not you are right or I am wrong and you are wrong and I am right. It has nothing to do with it. But at the same time, after doing this, experience the state, look at the head and the neck. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. So what we are doing, understanding with the clarity, right arm, the mind is there. And then we are asking the mind to discover the sensation deepens, relaxation is there and the stillness. Left arm, same sensation, relaxation and stillness. Chest and belly, sensation, relaxation and stillness. Right leg, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Left leg, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. The entire body, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Just follow these steps, don't worry. I'm taking you with a lot of steps today, so that we can go behind the mind, beyond the mind, move the mind inside, all our same expressions. Why? Mind. You have an ability to work like a transparent mirror, clean mirror. Now take a deep, silent and slow breath, first from the belly, then from the rib cage, and exhale. From the belly first and from the ribs. And you will encounter, the mind will say, no, this was not deeper. No, this was deeper. Oh, this was silent and this was not. Who is experiencing and who is doing? Network of pairs of opposites. A recognition is required. So continue. First, what to continue? Sensation, relaxation and stillness, for which you need not to do anything. Second point of awareness, you are aware of the breath. Conscious awareness, the breath is going inside the belly and the rib cage. Breath is returning from the belly and the rib cage. You both are close, so breathing practices is a secondary practice. Too far. But we are breathing deep, silent and slow, and your mind is consciously aware of that deep, silent and slow breath. We need that awareness. We don't need a habit. Now mind will say after the practice, oh, we did the breathing and that helped me. So the master says, okay, this guy is too far. Even you experience that state. That is the reason Buddha says, don't change. Anapansatiyo. Just maintain awareness of the breath. But at present we are doing deep, silent and slow breath. Maintaining your awareness, not getting caught with pairs of opposites. And it is interesting to note in daily lives, mind does not want to keep these impressions, but we force these impressions. When we meet the person again, when we go to the same place again, when we eat the same food, when we do the same practice. Keep looking inside the forehead, so your inhalation remains silent, deep, silent and slow. And you exhale with a long, loud, deep humming sound. Keep looking inside the forehead. Inhale deeply in the same manner, and while exhaling, Wonderful. Pay attention. Your inhalation is as deep as your exhalation. Continue. Don't follow others. Be independent. Be totally free. Be as loud, as long, as deep as possible. Continue. Stop this humming sound. The mind will say, because I did the humming sound, that's why I feel calmness. But because the mind has moved inside, if we have done the practice consciously, and it has touched our higher nature, calmness is the result of that. It is going away from the pairs of opposites. Can it happen in a day? No. We need to practice, understanding and applying this principle in daily life. Then the mind evolves. But still, look at the head and the neck again. See that sensation is there, relaxation is there, stillness is there. We may experience the sensation of deepening. Maybe we see some images or visions. Look at the right arm. We accept that. But the goal is mindfulness is beyond the world of pairs of opposites. mirror is beyond all the impressions. At the time, the object is in front of it. Another understanding, mind objectified, we live pairs of opposites. Mind is subjectified, thoughtlessness. Head and the neck. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. So I'm repeating the same step. Why? At least this mind knows it, recognizes it. Right arm, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Left arm, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Chest in the belly. Now what happens when I say you chest in the belly? The mind takes the form of the chest in the belly. And then what happens? The sensation becomes deeper. Relaxation becomes deeper. The stillness becomes intense and natural. Then what happens? The mind starts living within. It has a glimpse. I have to do nothing with the world outside, with the pairs of opposites. Can you tell me a single thought which does not have a pair of opposites? So we have 1 million desire and has their opposites. That's why mind is working. That's why mind is always thinking. There is no other reason. Master says, please drop all the desires. These desires, which pulls the mind out, we fall back into the pairs of opposites. They never said, don't work, don't earn money, and blah, blah, blah. Look at the right leg. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Left leg. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. The entire body, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. And the next step is to live in the present moment. And we have 100 intellectual explanation. But we have to check whether we are really living into that present moment. What is that present moment? You are aware, you are in a state of doing nothing. Good. You are in a state of doing nothing, but fully aware of happening. What is first happening? I'm talking to you. Second happening, the body is in the state of sensation, relaxation, and stillness. I'm taking you deeper. And now you hear the noise of the traffic. It is gone, and then there is a silence. Again the noise. Again silence. First step in the journey is to become aware of the silence that exists all the time. What it means, the noise has come, the silence is behind. Noise is gone, I experience the silence. I'll take you not only to understand but get a glimpse of higher journey. You're doing nothing. You're in a state of doing nothing. You are fully aware of happening. What is happening? Sensation, relaxation, and stillness in the body. What is happening? The noise comes in interval of the traffic. It comes and it goes. When it goes, then what happens? I experience a happening state of silence. It is there. Look at it. It is there. See that. Let us go a little deeper, become aware of the silence in the midst of giving you the steps. There is a silence. Now I have started speaking. We have to do nothing now. It is a state of happening. I speak, you hear. I don't speak, you hear the silence. Not a big deal. And now comes another step. Again the noise. Now it is gone. These pairs of opposites, they come and go. A recognition, experience transforms the mind. We understood and we almost, you can say, we did the practice. What is that? The traffic noise, silence, traffic noise, silence. And my voice, my steps, my instructions, and in the midst we have experienced that silence too. Can I express anything without the silence in between? Not a single sentence. Can we apply this with a mantra consciously? What is that? Casually look inside the head in the space. There is an experience that pause and that silence. then drop Shantoham mentally. Shantoham means I am the peace. You are dropping into the silence. So, and then wait, return again to the same pause, silence. Again, when you perceive the happening of the space, drop Shantoham. Last week I was giving an online sessions and talking about the pairs of opposites. It was an intensive practice of almost 90 minutes. While sharing the experiences, he told me, oh, the mosquito bitten me 3 times. But mind was not ready to move. Is it an extreme step? No. It is the easiest and the simple one. Just drop. Looking inside the forehead, conscious experience of the pause in the space or the silence. Drop Shantoham. That Shantoham merges into the space. As long as you say Shantoham, you don't see that silence in the pause. But natural. Continue. One day the mind continues to perceive that silence, that nothingness. Even when we say Shantoham, you are there. I continue to see the space, whether there are 2 people or 20. One example. The sky remains the sky, even if it is clouded by the dark clouds or different colored clouds. Perfect example. And now drop, saying Shantoham, do nothing. Remain as you are. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, 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 Shanti. Bring your awareness on the right hand, your awareness on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes, open the eyes inside. Know your experiences, bring the hands down. We will share our experiences. So, Rich, what happened?
I was aware
Yes.
that I was comparing this session to the last one I was in because
Pairs of opposite.
it was similar. The practice.
But little deeper.
Well, last time I got much deeper, I think.
Yes.
But this time, even though I don't feel like I got nearly as deep, because I really remember last time I had that very, very conscious of that space just above my eyes and my nose.
Yes.
I was very focused on that. And I didn't have that this time. But what I did notice was I was physically uncomfortable. And I didn't move.
And you didn't move?
Did not move, right. My feet are cold, my thighs sort of feel like they've exercised and they hurt. And I was uncomfortable.
That is your success. Do you see that?
I do.
Mind didn't go to the body and it did not move.
Right. And then I noticed the sounds outside that you commented on. And I also noticed thoughts going through my head, but they were just like, okay, there was one, and then there was another one, and then there was another one, but I wasn't holding on to any of them, I just let them go.
That's really good. Sometimes what happens, we have a deeper experience and mind says, no, I didn't have that.
I see.
You didn't move the body.
Right.
Thoughts were coming and going. So it means your mind was behind all the thoughts, watching, coming and going. That's really good.
Good.
How are you, Casey?
I had a deep ache in my hip start. My body still is more comfortable when I do a seated, but I thought tonight I would try, to lie supported down. But my hip got, and I was good. I didn't realize it for a while. I wasn't thinking, am I going to be able to lie here? Or I wasn't coming from that place. I was quite comfortable. And then I became aware that my hip had this very deep ache. And then it started to ache in the knee, and the mind and the body were saying, pain is not good, you need to move. And then
We are already in pairs of opposites.
yeah, and then I said I can lie here and keep feeling the sensation, or I can shift my position back to the seated where I have less sensation. So I chose to do that, and it was better for me because I can come back to a state of stillness more quickly. But I hadn't, I was kind of surprised by that deep ache, because I don't normally have an ache in my hips. Jittery, jumpy skin, yeah, but I don't normally have an ache, so.
What kind of skin?
Huh?
What kind of skin?
Jittery, jumpy skin. And when I lay down.
First thing first.
When I sit, I'm okay.
So pairs of opposite, that creates a particular habit, rejects one, accepts the other.
Yeah.
So it says no, sitting is good.
I realize.
But in the beginning, the mind said lying down is good. That's why you lie down. Just maintain that awareness. The mind said in the beginning, oh, lying down is good. At the same time, the mind rejected that. It accepted the habit of sitting. First thing that I recognized, second thing that I know it. The moment I know it, it drops the pairs of opposite. Recognition is first, awareness that detaches us from the pairs of opposites. One aspect. I explained that pairs of opposite at a very surface level. The more the mind is outside, it will be caught in the pairs of opposites. First, with people, place, possessions, then go a little deeper. With the impressions of people, place, possessions, including the body, mind, intellect, and the ego, go a little deeper at the level of the seed. Seed impressions are there. Until these three levels are there in the mind, but mindfulness is here. The instant recognition, knowing, experience, everything pairs of opposite is the world. I'm not the world. I live into that state. I live into that state. Then how can I live if someone says